Hey you guys, welcome back to the vlog. I am in my dad's truck today with my baba. We are headed to the grocery store. He's gonna teach me how to make a Middle Eastern dish that we have been making for years, ever since I was little. I remember this is something we've grown up eating and it's one of my favorite dishes. It's cilantro chicken with basmati rice and salad. We eat this pretty often and it's so good and flavorful, and it's one of my dad's specialties, so he's gonna teach me how to make it today. We're on our way to the grocery store to pick up the ingredients, so I thought I would take you guys with us. For those of you guys that are new to my channel, I am half Palestinian, half American. My dad is Palestinian and my mom is American, so I thought my dad could tell you kind of where he grew up.
I was born in Jordan, Amman, and I was raised in Kuwait.
That is right.
Both my parents are Palestinians. My father is from Nablus and my mother is from Jerusalem.
Yes. And a lot of people also asked how you got into cooking. So when did you first get into learning how to cook?
That's really a good question, because cooking is not an easy thing.
Definitely not.
Yeah, but to start with, in our house, my mother was a very good cook. My mother was, as I said, she's from Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, people who are from Jerusalem, they have a lot of culture and traditions. You can only imagine thousands of years and that culture and the traditions of a truly melting pot from all over the world. People have gone to Jerusalem and lived there and brought with them their food and other things.
Yeah.
And so you will find that people from Jerusalem are extremely, what I call, colorful when it comes to their food.
Yeah.
You know, at least I noticed that about my mother's food in comparison to my other relatives, like say on my dad's side. You know, my dad, for example, he would never like to eat outside.
Yeah.
He was one of those, he never liked to eat outside, and he never liked to eat out of a can. Nothing out of a can.
That's you now, you don't like to eat out either.
Yeah, I don't. And I mean, I'd love to if I know that the food is good and they're using good ingredients. Because we've reached a point in our life in which we're careful about the things we eat, consume, because that goes into your body and then your body has to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, and when we practice that also in our own restaurants, I practice that for our clients, for our customers. You know, for example, I don't cook with vegetable oil because vegetable oil is just not good for you. Yeah. Period. Not good for you.
For those of you that don't know, my father is in the restaurant business. You've been in the restaurant business for how many years?
Oh God, I've been in the restaurant business since 1985, so about 35 years.
Gosh.
36 years now.
Yeah, my parents actually met. They were both working at a restaurant. My dad was a server and my mom was a hostess, and they met there. They were both in college going to school, and they were both working at the restaurant. And I think that's so funny because they've been in the restaurant business ever since, and that's where they met. I
was going to school when I had the opportunity to open our first restaurant. I had worked for Mexican restaurants, I had worked for Italian restaurants, and I wanted to open, there was an opportunity for us to open an Italian restaurant. And I didn't want just to just copy somebody and say, which is what a lot of people do. They copy recipes and then they apply it and then they just stay there. And so I did some of that, yes, but then I studied food. Yeah. You know, there wasn't any magazine, any book, any cookbook, magazine, videos. So I studied food. I studied French food. I studied Italian food, Middle Eastern food. Only one food I really didn't want to know much about. That was Asian food, Chinese food. I ended up opening a Chinese restaurant.
Even till this day, he doesn't like Chinese food.
Well, I like it, but Chinese food doesn't fill me up.
Yeah.
But before I opened that restaurant, I went to a friend of mine, somebody I knew that owned a Chinese restaurant. And I told, because I was looking to hire a chef. And I learned, my God, you know, Chinese chefs are very expensive. At the time when I was looking to do that, that was in mid-90s or mid to late 90s. I think 96, 97 or something like that. I was looking for a Chinese chef and I couldn't find anybody, and they were very expensive. So I thought, okay, well, I can do that. So I went to one of my friends that owned a Chinese restaurant, and he was Chinese himself. His name is Alan Wong. And I said, Alan, I need you to teach me how to cook Chinese food. He said, oh, okay, I teach you. You know, but you come wash my dishes. I said, okay, I can do that. So I did. 3 months I used to go to his restaurant. And at the time I owned a French restaurant.
I didn't know this.
So I would go every Monday. I would go there. I was his dishwasher, his cleaning person, and he would teach me how to cook Chinese food.
We just got to the grocery store. We're gonna go inside, get all the ingredients, and then go cook. We're getting cilantro. That's the main ingredient for the cilantro chicken. How much cilantro do you usually get?
Probably one bunch is plenty, but I'm getting some for us as well.
Okay.
You know, we need it.
Alright, so far we've got romaine lettuce for the salad. We've got ginger, lime, cilantro, and garlic. We just grabbed a whole chicken. We're gonna do 2 because there's a lot of us. We've got the goods and we are headed to cook. We're back home. We came to my apartment to cook, and my dad just cleaned the chicken, so he's gonna walk us through how to make it.
So the first thing after you clean the chicken, you trim it and you wash it. I like to use distilled white vinegar.
Yes.
And what that does, it does many things. Amongst those things, it first of all cleans the chicken really good. That's the first thing. The second thing it does, it tenderizes the chicken. And the third thing it does, it gets rid of that gamey flavor that the chicken has. So you just, you know, give it a bath. Nice shower with vinegar. You know, they get very happy, and you will be happy.
What is your favorite kind of food to make?
That's a question that people ask all the time.
Really?
What's your expertise at? You know? Or what's your, really, there's no particular food or dish
That you love to make.
Yeah, that you love to make all the time, and you can't get enough of because you get tired of food, you know. Plus, our appetite changes, you know, from season to season. So what we desire in the winter, we certainly stay away from in the summer.
Yeah.
2 extremes, you know.
Yeah.
In the winter, we like carbohydrates and fats, and you know, and sugar.
Yeah.
All the things we're not supposed to have.
My dad always puts potatoes with the cilantro chicken, and I think this is a lot of people's favorite part because you get the marinate from the chicken onto the potatoes, and it's so good.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to rinse the chicken again. You don't have to rinse it, but if you want to rinse it, you can.
Okay.
You know. Now we take our lime, we squeeze lime over the chicken, inside the chicken, everywhere. If you don't have lime, you can use lemon. You know.
Do you like using lime better?
I prefer the lime better because of the flavor that it adds. Just a little bit of flavor. Sometimes it's a subtle flavor, you know.
Yeah.
You can't really notice it, but it just, you know, every little bit helps. But if you don't have lime, lemons will work just as good.
Yeah. Next, you're using granulated garlic.
Yeah. Season it really good. All over the chicken. You know, chicken is happy garlicky now. Now, need a little bit of olive oil.
Okay.
Salt. Pepper.
I have more salt.
Oh, you know what? We brought the ginger. You have a.
Yes.
Grater. Okay, and I need a spoon too.
Okay. You want a bigger spoon?
No, this is good. This is to peel the ginger.
Okay.
And we really never use ginger. I have used ginger before. Sometimes you can use it, sometimes. If you have it, you can use it as good. You don't want a whole lot of it, just a little bit, you know. So just add, it doesn't really take away from the flavor. You don't want it to take away, you don't want it to add a whole lot. It just, there are certain ingredients that go well together. Lime and ginger and garlic, all of that goes very well together.
I don't have any pepper.
You don't have any black pepper? Okay, no problem.
We would usually put pepper, but I don't have any. So we're gonna do without it, but if you have pepper,
definitely.
add pepper.
You want to add black pepper to it. Halas. Okay, perfect. Where's our fresh garlic now?
Here.
Okay, we're gonna put a little bit of olive oil.
Let me get a little bit closer so people can see.
Now we put our fresh garlic. You want to put inside too the cavity. And this. All right. Your cilantro. Okay, inside. Also.
Curry makes it taste really good.
Yeah. Okay. Now salt. Now we will rub all of this stuff on here very well like that. You know. Take the chicken, and you can just, if you want to tuck these wings underneath, it looks a whole lot better. You can also, you know, if you have a rope, you can tie it like that. See how nice it would look. But we're not getting very fancy today. Okay, very nice. Now we take some of the lime, we squeeze, put it inside.
Chicken.
Inside the cavity of the chicken. Add a little cilantro and garlic in there. Beautiful. Now you take your potatoes.
Ooh.
A little olive oil. Okay. And you can toss it in there. And you can put around.
I feel like whole chickens like this really aren't that hard to make. I think they're just more intimidating to people.
Yeah, they're easy. Now, unfortunately for us, the pan we are using is a little smaller than we wanted to, and we couldn't put them in two pans. I guess we could have done it that. Maybe that would have been the idea.
Do you want to switch it?
I think that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
So we're going to put it in the oven.
Yes.
375 degrees for 1 hour. We'll check it at that time. But most likely it's going to take about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Depending on your oven too. All right. Here's one. Here's two.
Yum.
Now we're going to make the rice.
Yes.
The rice, simple, but we like to make what's called saffron rice.
Ooh, it's so good.
Okay. Now, from what I know, I haven't seen a whole lot of.
Mama, can you turn it down just a little bit? Mama, can you turn it So we're making the rice. We added
and
some butter
bit of olive oil.
and a little bit of olive oil.
Okay. Now we're gonna chop the onion.
Then you're gonna add, how much onion do you think if we did like 2 cups of rice?
You can add one whole onion. It wouldn't hurt. So you add your butter, your olive oil, then your onions. And you saute your onions. This is the saffron.
This is the key ingredient for the rice.
Smell this onion.
Smells so good.
Wow. So aromatic. It's unreal. If you have not had saffron, you need to get saffron. It's expensive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say that, but you need to have
It's so good.
it.
A little goes a long way too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so yes, it's expensive, but you can use it, you know.
We've had that for how long?
Well, something
We
like
use
this.
a lot though.
Something like this may last us 6 months.
Yeah.
Look, it's not, you know, 6
Yeah.
months and more than that, really. Even
Yeah.
9 months or a year.
Yeah.
I like to take a pinch of saffron. This is a pinch.
Okay.
More than what normally people would
Yeah.
use, but we like saffron. You add it in here, and you let the magic happen, and you'll see here as the water gets warmer and the saffron releases its oil and its fragrance into the water, and then it will change color. And of course flavor is in there, and then we add the rice and we let it cook. So now we're going to add the rice. Come see how that changed the color of the water. So that's where we add the rice. So now we will cover.
I'm gonna check on the chicken. It's been like an hour and a half, or maybe like an hour and 45 minutes. And it's looking good. The chicken looks so good. I'm gonna let it cool off a little bit here. The rice is finished. Looks delicious. My dad chopped up the salad before he left. He went home to change because we're actually gonna take the dinner over to Lena's house to eat it there because it's Elena's bedtime and we're all gonna have dinner together. In the salad, he just did romaine lettuce, tomato, cucumber, garlic, mint, and then the dressing is just gonna be lemon juice, olive oil, and some salt.
See how moist this is.
We just got to Lena's house. We're gonna eat dinner. Chicken looks so good. Yum, I can't wait to eat. Yum. You did good, Baba.
Well, you know.